Hup, 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 hup. There we go, there we go. Here we are, here we are. Oh man. Hopefully there'll be somebody on here watching in a minute or so. I'll just kind of march in place to see for a minute, see if anybody tunes in. Oh my goodness. Uh, Sunny day, but a wee bit chilly this Friday morning. Oh man, I guess everybody's busy today. Everybody busy, busy, busy. Doing what? I don't know. Man, I need to clean that glass on my garage. Maybe I'll do that here in a little while. I think most of that's on the outside where pollen and stuff got on the glass and then it got wet. Oh, well, goodness gracious. Maybe everybody's eating lunch. Ain't got time to fool with me. Oh, well. Maybe I'll get out here in this garage later on today and straighten up some of this mess. But some of that's going to necessitate going to the hardware store and getting some stuff. So my problem is I just run out of places to store all my detailing stuff for the most part. I've put up some shelves and stuff, but I need to do some more of that. Up, got somebody watching, Maybe in a minute it'll tell me who you, oh, two people's watching. Oh, me. Hey folks. Happy sunny Friday. Even though it is a little bit nippy out there. I was continuing on with my interior stuff here, folks. One thing I did want to show you, somebody PM'd me the other day and said, hey, you forgot to show us your card again. Well, I was going to show you right quick. This is not interior stuff, but this is a refrigerator magnet business card. But what I wanted to show you, this is a magnet, but it won't even stick to this paint because there's so much protection on it. And that's metal, folks, but it won't stick. How about that? It'll stick a little bit up here, but I mean, it won't stick because there's so much protection on that paint. But what I was going to go over this morning and hit on one thing that I forgot to mention the other day is that doing this interior on my car, I use this on occasion. It's an ozone generator. This one's not real expensive, came off of Amazon, but it works just fine. I use it on a lot of customer interiors, and I'll run it in my car on occasion. I did just the other day. It kills everything. They tell me it'll kill the virus. I don't know that for sure, but I know it kills mold and mildew and gets rid of bad odors and all that kind of stuff. But you have to really be careful and follow the directions to the letter when you're using this, one of these. Hey, Miss Glenda. Hi, Miss Glenda. Hi, Miss Glenda. Hi, Miss Glenda. But what I wanted to show you, and you see the bottle sitting here, this stuff right here, extremely good stuff, extremely good stuff. And you can get it, but you have to order it. It's not available on a retail level. And I think you can order a much smaller bottle than this because it's a little bit pricey. But I order the big bottles because I go through so much of it. You know, and hey, Miss Fliss, did I pronounce that right? But you can read the label. Well, I don't know if y'all can really see it, if it's that good, but this is the best stuff for restoring black trim that I have ever used. And I've used, I think, every other product on the market. And now this is all I use. You can get it in black or gray, which is 99% of the colors of trim, and that's black and plastic and rubber. I've used it on this before, which is a plastic or a vinyl. It's good stuff. It says you can use it on rubber, vinyl, and plastic. And I've done all those. I mean, all the trim on my Mustang's been treated with it. But back to the interior, I'm going to show you. This is the floor mat from my front driver's side of my Mustang. And I had ground dirt into it with my feet and all that. It was turning white. It had all kind of scratches in it. So yesterday, just for kicks, I applied this stuff to it, let it dry, and it's still got what we call a few high spots on it. That's what you're supposed to do, is put it on with a applicator or a foam paintbrush, whatever you prefer. And then you're supposed to take a microfiber towel after a couple of minutes and wipe the excess off, because it comes out kind of oily, which is what we call the carrier for the solution itself. And that doesn't dry by itself very well. And I did take some of it off yesterday, but I didn't do it all. But I will finish that here in a few minutes, and then I'll take it and put it out in the direct sunlight and let it finish curing. I mean, normally you could go much quicker than that. A couple minutes, 5 minutes, you're done. But it was late in the day yesterday when I was doing this. So I needed to go in and cook dinner and that kind of stuff. But, you know, all you do is just lightly, and you can see some of that residue that's still on there. You just lightly wipe it off with a microfiber towel. Just a junk one. This is a junk towel. You don't want to use a good one, because you will get black stain on it. And this is not really a dye. It's a charcoal-based thing, for lack of a better word. So, yeah, you can get dye, but it won't last as long or do as good a job as this. But, you know, it made that floor mat look almost new. And once I wipe this residue off and that kind of stuff, and it dries to the touch, then I'm going to go back over it with the 303 aerospace protectant, which will help keep it from getting as scratched and that kind of stuff, and turning white again from moisture getting on it, where, you know, you're on wet pavement, you get back in the car and your foot's wet, you get it all over the mat. This rubber, and this is rubber, will make it turn white, and it will retard that process and make it easier to clean the next go around. You know, the first thing I did was I took that F-bomb cleaner I showed you guys yesterday. I wet this down, then I sprayed it with S-bomb, let it dwell for a few minutes. Then I took one of those drill brushes that I showed you guys the other day, and I cleaned it real good. It makes getting in all these spots like this and that little groove right there, it makes that go very quickly. Scrubbed it real good with that drill brush. Only took a couple of minutes. Then I rinsed it off, put it out in the direct sunlight, let it dry, and then I came back with a microfiber towel and some mixture of rubbing alcohol, IPA as we call it, and about 20-25% alcohol, and the rest distilled water in a spray bottle. Sprayed it down, wiped it down again with a clean microfiber towel, just to make sure that any residue from the cleaner I had used was entirely gone, and get any dirt that I might have missed that way. Let that dry when it only takes a matter of seconds. You know how quick alcohol dries. And then set it out in the sunlight, and of course that dried it very quickly. Then I came back with the solution finish. I put it on with a foam paintbrush. I showed you one of those the other day, very liberally, because this thing was in bad shape. And you know what, it could use a second coat, but I'm not going to bother. But that stuff does a really, really good job. Yeah, that's all I had to show you guys this morning. And some people would just say, hey, replace that. But these really thick quality floor mats like this that are made of, disconnected me for just a minute, made out of rubber are kind of pricey. And plus, I just wanted to see how good this would turn out. Because I don't want to pay to replace that, because all I'm going to do is just put my feet all over it again. Glad y'all managed to hang in there with me, Miss Glenda and Miss Danny. I don't know. Sometimes I lose my connection for some reason. Who knows? Who knows? All this internet stuff sometimes kind of mystifies me. But I've got the one out for my passenger side. You can see I haven't done anything to it, but since I live by myself, and I can't even remember the last time somebody rode with me. This passenger side one doesn't get bad, as you might imagine. So that one, I'm not even sure I'll do the solution finish on that one. Probably just put the 303 on it and be done with it. And for those of you who might be interested, the Honda Nighthawk project also continuing, although I'm about 95% done with that. Oh, somebody else's picture showing up there. But I just wanted to, oh, Miss Sally. How you doing, Miss Sally? Good to see you're still kicking. How's everything up in Conyers? I guess you still live in Conyers. I don't know. But I'm about to sign off, Miss Sally. I just wanted to show everybody what I did to that floor mat. You might want to go back and watch the video when it comes back on. Sometimes, like yesterday, it took hours and hours and hours for Facebook to get their stuff together and finally post that one, the second one that I did. But you can see the techniques and the product that I used to resurrect that rubber mat. It was really bad shape, Sally. It's a good thing, Miss Sally. It's a good thing. But, y'all give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, make a comment. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, I think you can give me a thumbs up or a thumb down there too. And if you have any questions or need me to clarify any of the process or products that I used to resurrect that, then, put them down in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer those questions, give you some guidance. It took a little time to do this, but if you're cheap like me and you don't want to go out and buy new, those are kind of pricey, buy new ones, then, you fix the old one to look as good as it possibly can without going new. And if you're on YouTube, like I say, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as I move along in this project, you'll be notified when new videos come along on this project and other ones. Hopefully there'll be some more other ones here soon. The virus has kind of slowed the business down a little bit, as has the weather. The combination of both, but that's okay. That's okay. But I do appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in, Miss Sally, and the rest of you that did. And I will check with you guys later. Keep your eye out, and I will continue to show you some of the stuff that I'm doing to clean the interior and detail the interiors of my car and maybe give you some ideas on doing your own vehicle now that y'all have, most of you or a lot of you have time on your hands. Goodbye now.